Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Welcome to all of you for our first session of Gita Gyan seminar. Last week, due to some internet problem, we had to cancel. So we have come today, first time for first session. And most of you are registered for the course. It is a 6-session course. And in this seminar of Gita, we'll be learning only basics of Bhagavad Gita, because to learn the entire Gita in the detail, it takes years. It's not the job of just 1 week or 6 sessions. So we'll be covering basics of Bhagavad Gita. And before starting the Gita, let us understand something about Gita, some significance or importance of Gita. So I will just use my PPT, PowerPoint presentation, which is there. I'm sharing with you on the screen. Gita Gyan, 6 sessions. Here we'll be doing this course in 6 sessions every Saturday evening, 6 to 8 p.m. So we are committed for 6 weeks. I hope all of you are committed for 6 weeks. So about Bhagavad Gita, to glorify Gita and its significance, and who all people admired Bhagavad Gita, if we start speaking, it will take away entire session. Such a big list is there of people who respected Bhagavad Gita and read Bhagavad Gita. But in the gist, all the famous people of the world, those who have big scientists, big scholars, big politicians, celebrities, they all have read Bhagavad Gita. They read Bhagavad Gita. And recently we have noticed that our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wherever he is visiting different countries, he's taking Bhagavad Gita as a gift from India. And the people over there, the great leaders of those countries, they are receiving Bhagavad Gita with great respect. And Modi ji even said that India has nothing better than this to give you as a gift. And you also do not have anything better than this to receive as a gift. That is his dialogue. So you have noticed that. So Modi ji carrying Bhagavad Gita wherever is going. So we are fortunate that the Gita, which being spread over the world, all over the world, we have the same Gita, we are reading that Gita. Even Mahatma Gandhi used to carry all the time Bhagavad Gita with him. And there are many quotes about Gandhi's glorifying Gita. Although, I don't know what Gandhi took the lesson from Gita, because Gita inspires Arjuna to follow the duty of fight as a Kshatriya. But he, instead of fighting as a Kshatriya, he took the non-violence as his weapon. So that was not mentioned in the Gita. Obviously, he read the Gita, which was translated in English by some scholar. He didn't have the Gita which we are reading now by Srila Prabhupada. So, what is the difference between the Gita, which we are reading, which is given by Srila Prabhupada, and the Gita read by others like Gandhiji, who took non-violence as his life's aim? Question may arise, are there so many Bhagavad Gitas or there is one Gita? Actually, Gita is only one. There is not two Gitas. If you go to from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from like far west Gujarat, from far east Bengal, any part of India, if you get the Gita, you find the old copy of Gita, maybe 50 or 100-year old, you will find same text, 700 slokas, and even numbers of the letters are also fixed. So there is same Gita all over India. But difference is the how people translate that Gita, because originally it is written in Sanskrit and people are translating from Sanskrit to English, and also people are giving interpretation. So those who interpret by their own ideas, their Gita's real uh, purpose, Gita's real essence is missing on those Gitas. But Gita given by Prabhupada, which is called As It is Prabhupada has tried to maintain the topmost integrity, honesty in presenting Gita as it is. As it is means whatever Krishna wanted to say, he has represented perfectly Krishna's words. Therefore, the Gita, which commented by Prabhupada, has transformed the lives of millions. Millions, 50 millions of Bhagavad Gita has been distributed all over the world, and millions of people have turned into Krishna consciousness. They have changed their lifestyle. They have taken to Sanatan Dharma. So such a big impact of this Gita. Why? Because when the purity is maintained, purity of the words of Krishna is maintained, so it is more impact, effective. When someone interprets their own ideas, own imagination, the purity is lost. Therefore, there is no impact on the people of those interpretation, all those Gitas. So that was about importance of Gita. No doubt, Gita is very, very important, and it's very much relevant to even our today's day-to-day life. We can find many, many lessons concerning our life, day-to-day life. So, okay, have little introduction about Gita. When the Gita was spoken and where it was spoken. Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. Where? It's the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So, is the Gita or Kurukshetra imaginary? Kalpanik? No. Kurukshetra is real. It's not imagination. Because even today, the city Kurukshetra exists, and governments have spent crores of rupees to develop the Kurukshetra as a pilgrimage holy place recently. So if that was just imaginary, some false thing, government would not spend such big huge amount. So Kurukshetra does exist, so it's real, and Gita was really spoken 5,000 years ago on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Who spoke to whom? Krishna spoke to Arjuna. Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. So that was the just some Bhumika introduction of Gita. Uh, in this 6 sessions, we will be learning um, different topics. Let me introduce now the 6 topics of this Gita. First, we will be learning about our identity. Who am I? Through Gita, we learn our identity. Next session, we will be learning nature of this world. What is this world about? And in third session, we'll be learning what are the scriptures. And fourth session, who is God? Who is controlling this world? And then we'll be learning what is my relationship with this world and God. And in last session, we'll be learning some practical application of Bhagavad Gita in our day-to-day life, how to apply Gita in our life. So today we are learning about who am I. Let us first understand the sin. What happened? How Gita was spoken. So I think most of you know the Mahabharata. You must have seen the Mahabharata. We saw Mahabharata long back, maybe 25 years back. When Mahabharata was released, B.R. Chopra was really, really wonderful. And when Mahabharata was Mahabharata was released, and when it was played, being played on TV, Doordarshan, entire India was like curfew. It's spontaneous, without government's rule. It was like full curfew. No one could be seen on the street. Such a huge impact, never ever seen before, or even now. Even Corona cannot make such impact. That was the impact of Mahabharata, P.R. Chopra. We were watching that Mahabharata that time. So that, how many of you have seen that Mahabharata, P.R. Chopra? If you have seen, please write in the comment. I have seen, yes, yes, yes. If you not seen, no. Okay. So you know the basics of Mahabharata, what happened. The two families, one family, two brothers, Pandavas and Kauravas. There was fight for the power. Basically, the Dhritarashtra and his sons, they had captured, grabbed, or encroached the power of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So therefore, the fight begins, Mahabharata. So both the parties, one side Kauravas, big army, another side Pandavas' big army, have assembled for fighting at the Kurukshetra battlefield. And in the beginning, the Duryodhan first introducing his whole army to his Acharya, Guru, Senapati, Dronacharya. And after that, Krishna is introducing the army of Pandavas to Arjuna. So when Arjuna saw the army of both the sides, he was like, he was really shocked. Why he was shocked? And he was lamenting. He was in grief taken. Why? Because Arjuna immediately realized that all these people, more than like 100 crores of people were assembled there. All these people who have come here, they're going to die because there are huge, powerful, big, powerful fighters are there, like Bhishma, Drona, Karna. Each person is like great fighter. So Arjuna felt that everyone will die. It will big uh, calamities, catastrophe, a big chaos because people will die and rivers of blood will flow. If crores of people die in one place, what will happen? So therefore, Arjuna said to Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I don't want to fight here. You let me go. I will leave. I don't want to fight. I'm going." That was Arjuna's mood. That is called Vishad Yoga. First chapter is named Vishad Yoga. Vishad means lamentation. So in first chapter, Arjuna is lamenting. Why we have come to this? Why this fighting? Why we should fight? That was the first chapter. Then Krishna uh, then spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna to inspire him for fighting. Actually, Arjuna did not, Krishna did not induce Arjuna for fight or violence. Actually, Krishna reminded Arjuna of his duty. Krishna is inspiring, inducing Arjuna to perform his duty perfectly. That was the lesson of Bhagavad Gita. So, thus, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita begins from the chapter 2. So, how it begins? In the very beginning, uh, first thing Krishna had to tell Arjuna is, you are not this body, you are spirit soul. Why you are lamenting? Uh, Krishna says, I will share you the sloka actually with you. The sloka which Krishna spoke. It will be nice. If you see the sloka. Krishna says that, oh Arjuna, what are you thinking? All these people and yourself and me, all of us will never die. These people, all of you, me, and all these people who are assembled here will never die. They were there before this battle. They are now present, and after the battle, even after death of their body, they will still remain. They're not going to die. It was the first lesson. So, Natvevaham jatunasham natvam neme janadipa nacheva na bhavishyama sarve vayam ata param. In this sloka, Krishna says that there was never ever time that these people did not exist. You did not exist. I did not exist. There will be no time in the future that you will not exist and these people will not exist. I will not exist. How? How is it possible? They're going to die. No, they will not die. Who will die? The body will die. Then Krishna says, Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani granati naro parani तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. So Krishna says that these people are not going to die. Their body is going to change. That means they are not the body, they are spirit soul. This you and these people and me, all of us, we are spiritual being. We are not this material body. So then Krishna gives this example that as a person, he changes the clothing day to day. Similarly, soul, who is inside, he changing the bodies. Soul is changing body, like we change the clothes. Therefore, For the change of just clothing or body, you should not lament. So then the Gita is beginning with the lesson about our identity. Who am I? That is the first question is being asked here. Arjuna was lamenting because he was uh, unaware of his identity. Actually, Arjuna is great uh, friend and devotee of Krishna. So he actually knew he had all the knowledge, but for time being, Krishna has covered his intelligence through the Maya, Yog Maya. So that Gita can be spoken. So Arjuna is acting, being influenced by Krishna's Maya as an ignorant. So he is acting as who doesn't know his identity. Therefore, the Gita beginning with the lesson of our identity. Who am I? If we ask anyone that who are you? What is your identity? What will be the answer? People will say, I'm an I'm a human being, or I'm a Indian, I'm a male, I'm father, I'm husband, I'm son, I'm student, I'm doctor. So these are the answers you will get. But if you think seriously, are you actually really a human being? Because if you are a human being, so let me ask you, how many years, how old are you? If you are 30, say for example, that before 30 years, were you human being? Or after 70 years, will you be human being? Continue. No, you have taken, you have entered into this human form, human body 30 years back. Before that, you were not in this body. And after 70 years, you have to go out of this body. You will not be anymore in this body. So when you were not in this body, you can't say I am human being. So then where you were, what was your actually identity at that time? So you had another body. Maybe you were a bird, or you were some aquatic, or the demigods, devata, or whatever. So whichever body one acquires, at that time he thinks uh, himself as that particular body, and he will identify with that body only. He will say, I am a bird when he is in a bird body. When he is in human form, he will say, I am a human being. So whichever body we go, we identify with that body. But actually, we are changing the body, just like we have explained, as a cloth. As we change the cloth, the soul changing bodies. So this kind of changing of the body is called transmigration. That is going on for long, long time. So there are many different kinds of body we go through. In our scriptures, in Padma Puran, there is mentions of 84 legs of different species, forms. So I will share with you that number in this slide. According to Padma Puran, there are 9 lakhs types of species of aquatics, 11 lakhs species of reptiles, 10 lakhs species of birds, 20 lakh species of planets, 30 lakh species of animals, and 4 lakh species of human beings. So these are total 84 lakhs of species uh, is mentioned in Padma Purana. And we are going through all these species. Now, Krishna says in 2.13, Dehino asmin yatha dehi kaumadam yovanam jara tatha dehantara praptir deras tatra nam yati. As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old, the soul similarly passes into another body at time of death. A sober person is not bewildered by such change. So Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that don't bewilder, don't get shocked, don't lament that soul is just changing the body. Like in this body, soul has gone through different situations. When sometime we went through our childhood, then we went to boyhood, then youthhood, and then at one point in time we'll become old. But we are same person. Soul is same. It's not changed, but body is going through these different situations of the life. Similarly, the final change will be that he is changing to a new body. He will acquire a new body and give up the old body. For such a change, those who are the wise, who have wisdom, they don't lament for changing the body. So this is how Krishna is explaining to Arjuna not to cry, not to lament, not to fight, not to grieve. Because Arjuna was crying actually, helplessly, and he wanted to run away from the battle. So now we just learned that uh, we are not the body, body is being changed. We are inside the body, we are spirit soul. We are spirit soul, we are changing the body. So, what is the spirit soul? What is this spirit soul? Means what is his property? What is his nature? You want to know about the soul. So Gita, again Krishna says, Nainam chindanti shastrani, Nainam dati pavaka, Nachenam kledayantapo, Nashoshayati madata. The property of the soul is that soul cannot be cut. Nainam chindanti cannot be cut. Nainam dahati cannot be burnt. Soul cannot be burnt. Nachanam kledayanti. The water cannot wet the soul, and wind cannot wither or dry. The soul cannot be dried. Soul cannot be wet. Soul cannot be cut, or soul cannot be burnt. Soul is like what? Soul is Nachayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuya ajo nitya shasvatoyam purano nanyate hanyamane sarire. Uh, what the soul? Soul can never be destroyed. Najayate. Soul does not take birth. Namriyate. Soul does not die. And it is ajanma, is unborn. Nitya, it is eternal. Sasvato, imperishable. Even when body is slain, soul cannot be slain. It is a characteristic of the soul. Okay. So question is, where does the soul reside in our body, where it is. I mean, when we pinch our finger, we feel pain. So where is the soul in our body? Uh, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks about the soul's existence. Krishna says, Yatha prakasayatyeka Krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tadha Krishnam prakashayati bharata. Krishna says, O son of Bharata, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness. Actually, soul is residing in our heart. That is mentioned in the next loka. Krishna says, Isvara sarva bhutanam riddeshe arjuna tishtati. So, soul is in our heart, but soul's consciousness is spread all over the body. Soul is in the heart, but its consciousness, chetana, that is spread all over the body. Just like Krishna giving example, Yatha prakasatyeka Krishnam lokam imam ravi. The sun is in one place, but is illuminating entire universe from the one place. Similarly, the soul is in one place, but is spreading its consciousness throughout the body. Soul illuminating entire our body. So although soul is in the heart, but we are feeling pain and pleasure in different parts of the body. In finger, if you pinch, you feel the pain. Why? Because soul is not here. Why are you feeling pain? Because the soul's consciousness is spread throughout the body. Like when they do operation or surgery, they have to make the thing unconscious. So when it is unconscious, you can cut or do things. You don't feel pain. So to make unconscious, they put anesthesia. So they block that consciousness to come up here. That blocking through some medicine. So consciousness is spread throughout our body. It's coming from the heart. In heart, our soul is residing. That is mentioned in Gita. Isvara Sarva Bhutana Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Hriddeshe, Hrid means heart. Hrid, H-R-T, Hrid. Hrid means heart. Soul is residing in heart. And Prabhupada giving one example, like if you take medicine, say for example, you have pain in particular part of your body, maybe you have pain in ears, but you take medicine and you gallop, you put it and go into stomach. The medicine goes to stomach, but your pain is cured in your ear. How? Because the influence of the medicine is spread all over the body. Similarly, the consciousness of the soul is being spread all over the body. So we are clear now that we are not this body. The body is external dress of the soul. We are not the body, we are spirit, soul. We are Atma. That we are clear. And Atma, the soul, we are residing in the heart. And we have spread our consciousness through the body. That is so far we have learned. Let's see next. Now the question comes that we don't believe soul because we cannot see the soul. People ask that we are not able to see the soul. If we cannot see the soul, how can we believe? That is a problem. We cannot see the soul. Why? again, in Shastra it is mentioned that soul is very, very subtle, very, very minute, very small, such a small that it cannot be seen. It is mentioned in the scripture that Balagra Shata Bhagasya Satudha Kalpitasya cha Bhago Jiva Vigyaya Sa cha Nantyaya Kalpate. Means the size of the soul is very tiny, very small. How small? Balagra Shatabhagasya. Upper point of the hair, your upper point of the hair, if you cut that in 10,000 parts, and that small is the soul. So soul cannot be seen through any type of machine. Even our microscope, telescope cannot be used to see the soul. It's not possible. Even we can have greatest or most latest powerful machine. In future also we won't be able to see, because even you can see the atom or even nuclear, electron, proton, still you cannot see soul, because the soul is spirit, is Chaitanya, Chinmaya, and our seeing the instruments, our eyes and these machines are all made of matter, uh, material elements. It's matter. So there is vast difference between matter and spirit that we're going to cover in our next slides. We're just going to cover it. But because this matter, material instruments cannot see the spiritual things. Now, people say that we cannot, because we cannot see the soul, how can we believe the existence of the soul? So, we have to understand that in this world, many things we don't see, but we still believe, isn't it? Mind we have not seen, but we know that there is a mind. We don't see intelligence, but we know there is an intelligence. Maybe many of us not seen the corona. I don't know either whether scientists have ever seen the coronavirus itself, but we know the influence of the corona, and through that we can understand there is something called some viruses of corona, which is affecting everyone, the pandemic, and people are dying because there is some virus. Even we cannot see. Even in computer, sometime so my computer was attacked by virus, and I have to put antivirus. Now, can you see that virus? I think it's impossible. But we know the result of the virus or its influence on the device. Then we can realize there is something called virus or something, many things like that we cannot see, but we believe. Similarly, soul may not be seen, but we can see the influence of the soul. So let us understand this in my next slide. Okay, if you want to understand the soul, just imagine what is the difference between a dead body and living body. Try to understand when there is one dead body, a body is dead body, and a living person. What is the difference between the two? So you can understand that the living person is speaking, is hearing, is moving his hands and legs. So he's a living. And that dead person, dead body is not speaking, not moving, or not hearing or seeing. So why there is difference between these two? So it's obvious that the soul from this body has left It's gone. That's why it's dead body. So we can understand the presence of the soul by seeing this difference, the living and dead. Living person has soul because it's speaking, it's seeing, it's hearing, it's moving. So it is soul. When soul living from that body, it become dead, and so body cannot move anymore. So that's a just basic difference, basic understanding of presence of the soul. Now we go a little deeper into understanding the difference between matter and spirit. Now we just understood that soul is there, and we can understand actually what exactly the uh, symptom of presence of the soul is. Hmm? How do you understand that soul is present? I said it can see or hear or talk. That's okay. But one word, what is one word for soul's presence? That one word is consciousness. Consciousness, chetana. So if the soul is there, then body is conscious. And soul is not there, body is unconscious. Simple. This is senseless. Body senseless, unconscious. That is different. Now we will understand. We want to know uh, that this body is matter. We just realize, and soul is spirit. Spirit and matter. We want to understand the nature of the both. What is the nature of spirit and what is the nature of matter? Let us understand this properly. So, if I put, let me give an example of if I see if I have picture of that. Okay. This is just one person and table. Picture is not so great. Okay. Let us put one table here. There is one table and chair. And there is one man this side. Another side is living person. Now, this living person you consider as spirit and table is matter. What is the difference between the two? You can just very simply understand the difference that the living person has power of thinking, power of feeling, and power of willing. The person can think, person can feel, and person can desire, willing. But this table, the dead matter, material, table cannot think. Table do not think, chair do not think. Table do not think that, okay, today school is holiday, no one is going to come, I'll be alone. There is no thinking. No feeling. Table does not have feeling. Somebody sits on the table or chair, somebody kicks the table. Oh, table will not feel the pain. Oh my God, so heavily. No, no pain, no feeling. And no willingness. Dead matter does not have willingness. Table cannot do any desire, willingness that's okay. Today I will not work properly. Like laptop is like dead matter. The laptop cannot think that okay, today I will not work. I will, when the seminar will start, I will create problem. That laptop does not do like that. It doesn't have willing power. So, so our matter does not have thinking, feeling, and willing. Spirit has thinking, feeling, willing. That means our body, when soul is coming out, our body itself does not thinking, feeling, willing, body does not do. It's only soul is doing inside the body. Okay. So far understood the difference between the matter and spirit. there are some more qualities in the spirit. What are those qualities? The spirit is Sat Chit Ananda. Spirit means Sat. Sat means eternal. Soul is eternal, whereas the body, matter is always dying. Body is every moment our body is dying. So it's not eternal. Then soul is Chit, Chetan, conscious. But body is unconscious. Body does not have consciousness. When soul comes, only that it becomes conscious. That is Chinmay. And soul is Sat, Chit, and then Ananda. Soul is Anandamaya, always blissful. But body or matter is ignorance, total ignorance. That is matter. No Ananda. It's a miserable. Only dukkha, distress in the matter. There's no happiness in the body. So that is the difference between soul and body, spirit and matter. Okay, let's see what next. Now, we have just come to know that this body is not us. We are inside the body, spirit, soul. Prabhupada gives one example that one lady, she bought one cage and bird from the market, and that she bought that. She was very much attached to that cage and bird. She came home. She was just cleaning the cage and washing it, taking care of the cage, but did not give any food to the bird. So bird dies. He was taking care of only cage, not the bird. Similarly, our modern civilization, it's a cage polishing civilization. We are taking care of the body, the cloth, the cage, but not bird inside the body, spirit, soul. We are eating, sleeping, taking bath, everything for the body. But we are not doing anything for the soul. We don't say that you don't eat, don't sleep, but you also take care of the spirit, soul. So how to take care of spirit, soul? What food it requires? All these will be covering in future sessions. So today just I'll keep here. Just today we'll learn about basics about the spirit, soul, existence of the soul. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. There is a quiz contest, quiz questions. We are just sharing, right now I'll be sharing in our English Gita seminar WhatsApp group. You just go there and immediately you just fill up the multiple choice and submit. Within 10, it will take 10 minutes. After that, we will close that. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we'll meet you all in next session again. Hare Krishna.